Hey, good day, everyone, wherever you are. My name is Ganga Buttula. I'm the founder and also CEO of Global Institute of Technology. Today, I have with me lead instructor Beju. Hi, guys. So, we just wanted to talk about artificial intelligence certifications and workforce development. Before that, I just wanted to introduce our company, what we do and how we do. We're in the IT certification space for the last 10 years. We do a lot of certifications in the field of cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, and all those things. We have seen the environment changing from web, 1998 to the iPhone kind of environment, and from there to the cloud kind of thing. Now, the next generation artificial intelligence, which is impacting most of the lives, day-to-day lives also. So we wanted to be, leading in this space, and we wanted to provide, a lot of, vendor-neutral credentials, especially the way we work with most of the workforce development is I have given thousands of certifications, industry recognized certifications such as Cisco, CompTIA, Microsoft, and all. But here, as the things are evolving in the AI space, we wanted to have the certifications which are more valuable for you to have your career to be changed, if not at least, get into the opportunity of, AI in a way that you are ready for the future opportunities. That's a goal here. So we have two campuses. One is the one where I'm standing with Beju. It's in the Washington, D.C. area. Another one is in Richmond. So we do training and certification programs for both the locations. I'm glad that you joined, but if you don't mind, if anyone wanted to introduce and give a brief introduction of yourself, so that we try to fine tune our webinar in a way that it addresses some of your concerns. So it should not be more than 20, 30 seconds. If you don't mind, just unmute your mic and then, who you are, where you are, that would help us a lot.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Anina, and I was working as a business analyst with a solar company until recently. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Anita. Next.
Hi, I'm Rishikesh Satwane. I'm based in San Jose, California. I mentor startups at Plug and Play, Techstars, etc. I drove growth and innovation at Samsung before, and I'm looking to join a startup company that is in a high growth stage.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Manu, and I'm a friend of Lunga's and really interested in the AI field. Really passionate about this space and also really into education. And glad to be here to learn more about the certification opportunities here.
Sounds good. Anyone else? Okay, not a problem. We'll go ahead and just get to the objectives or the core agenda of this workshop. I wanted to be clear that what we are trying to do during this, an hour-long program here. So just wanted to get into the basics of what is an AI and why does AI matter now. I just wanted to address that and also explore the industries and what's happening, what's emerging in the world of AI. Everybody talks, including the President Biden and whatnot. People started talking about AI left and right, but they wanted to be clear on AI certification pathway also, so that you take away some of those things. And we wanted to provide the clarity on AI vendor neutral certification paths and ensure that you understand how to get into the programs, and also present an end-to-end kind of solution in a way that for learning, and also not only just for the learning and listening, if you are a kind of a user kind of scenario, but also doing some part practicing. That means getting labs into place, and also the implementation. And then the last but not least is prepare the individuals for a career change or building a new career in artificial intelligence. That's a goal here. By saying that, let me give it to Beju, who is going to introduce himself again in detail. So he has got more than 30 years of experience in the IT industry, and he exclusively worked in artificial intelligence for the last 15 years. So then I'll give it to you, Beju. You can talk what is AI and all those things.
No, I appreciate it. Congrats. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks for joining. As Ganga said, I have certainly more than 3 decades of experience in artificial intelligence. I, essentially started my first neural network research which is the basis for deep learning today, right? I essentially started that in 1992. So you can imagine how I traveled along with AI, and many of you already know what AI is. We'll kind of capture that here, but you also appreciate how AI evolved over those 30 years, so that when I teach this, you will benefit from that rigor and the breadth, right? So what is AI, right? So AI is essentially, you can think about AI from multiple perspectives. From an academic perspective, it is all about simulating human intelligence by machines. That's how kind of the research started, and it got commercialized in AI, in the form of AI, the commercial AI you see today. But how can machines like robots and cars think like humans, right? Especially the computers, right? But computers are everywhere these days, in the cars, in robots. Now, from an industry perspective, that's what probably more relevant for most of us. It is essentially a subfield of computer science and other interdisciplinary subjects, right? Statistics, and then computer science, definitely, mathematics, physics. So whatever your background is, I think this is the right field. As Ganga said, this is the most happening field right now. And this is the time. Actually, you guys are early comers, so you have the benefit of that early advantage. So from an industry perspective, definitely the benefits are ahead of us, so it's better to start now. In simple terms, AI is letting computers learn from experience and data to make decisions which are kind of operational, tactical, so that strategic aspects can be led to humans, right? So it is, it's a great field to be in right now. And Ganga also talked about, why does AI matter? Obviously, he compared it to internet, and which is very right. Probably the opportunity is even more today, because it's a 15.7 trillion opportunity in AI by 2030. So definitely it's much more than what internet brought in terms of economic benefits. Obviously, technological advancements, it is underlying AI is information technology and other technologies, right? And it's powering advances across the domains. It's powering across the advances in healthcare, automation, space exploration, financial services, you name it, right? It's touching everywhere. And on the consumer side, right? Why are companies interested in AI? Because they want to serve their customers better, in a more convenient manner, right? So by skilling yourself in AI today, you can meet today's rising demand, but it's just starting, so that you have a longevity of the career. That's the key. That's why AI matters for working professionals like us today, more than any time in the past. But we have to clinch that opportunity right now, so that we are ready for the future before other people, right? That's the key. That's why that's why the time is now, right now. But one other aspect I will talk before giving back to Ganga is that we train you on safe and responsible AI, not just the technology. It's a vendor neutral, as Ganga said, but you're going to get a different perspective in terms of how to use it, so that you will become the reputation of good AI engineer who builds good, safe, responsible AI systems. That's where the ethical and societal considerations come into play. And you don't find that in many places, but that is, again, a great aspect of the future, because President Biden and the White House released the executive order on AI a couple of days ago, and it talks to that, right? So here you're getting, as Ganga said, end-to-end learning experience. So I don't think you'll get that anywhere else. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Baiju, for that in-depth into the why and what we need and all. So also, we need to invest in AI skills now, obviously. And I was going through the Gartner IT Symposium just 2 weeks back. It's very amazing that two things they clearly stated. One community called the user community, which is where a lot of noise is being made. Another community is called the game changers. That's the builder community. So the way it happens is, as you can see, everyday AI users, 77% people who are talking about ChatGPT and things like that, they are the users. Okay. But you don't want to be other part of that user where you are not going to do anything, especially when you are doing some career changes or career advancement. This is where the game changer aspects of AI comes, which is like 80-20 rule, wherein 20% of the builders are going to make it happen, whereas 80% are going to be using that. But if you are a career builder or changing your career or getting into artificial intelligence, obviously you want it to be in the space of builders. That's a clear distinction. Our programs and our way of thinking for making you to empower and get into IT career is really going to address into this 23% of builders. That's what we're going to take you skill. And we want you to be hands-on and also clearly credentialed in a way that it's industry agnostic. That's what it is. Okay. Another question comes, why now? Why people like us, as Baiju said, why we need to do this? Number one, you wanted to have a future proof of your career. You are ready for any changes, whatever comes. And the AI being, getting into your lives, even everyday life, sending emails or writing a letter and all. People are using even free version of ChatGPT and then, creating the content. And if you go to, minimum payment of $20, that's a user community. But the question comes, whether you wanted to be a user or a builder, that's the difference. So that's a distinction you wanted to get yourself clear, and also competitive advantage, because there is always a competition. I'm going to show you a couple of slides how it is not only a game changer, but is also giving an opportunity for anyone to be part of this one. That's where the diversity is coming into place. But if you're already in the IT, or if you are inclined towards it, you need not be in IT. Any high schooler, you have an opportunity to train a lot of high schoolers and get them into the job market with some of these IT skills. That's what is happening. But especially in the AI world, it's happening across the nation, across the globe. That's what it is. Obviously, innovation is going to bring a lot more career opportunities. Only thing is, you have to be there. If you delay, then it's very hard to get in there already, because it's going to be saturated. There is no doubt about it. And one thing, the difference is, most of the schools and colleges, they're offering, 200K or 300K, like good MS programs and all. They don't do the continuous learning opportunity. They just give you some degree or all those things. Some of the kids, I know that, if they go to, AI programs and other things, for 2 years and all, by the time they get out of it, it's already expired. That's what is happening. In case of certifications, you have an opportunity to continuously learn and improve, like PMP certification. For example, if you have to keep the PMP certification, you need to always have credits so that you are managing those kinds of. That's what we're going to talk. So let us just shift our focus towards what is most wanted skill in 2023 and 24, especially for AI, right? And again, I wanted to differentiate between the builder and the user. If you wanted to be a user, the ChatGPT is already there. People can use it, and there are a lot of generative AI tools are available. But if you wanted to be the builder, there's a difference. This is again from the World Economic Forum, published all these things. We're just taking that information and presenting in a way that what we can do and how we can do. First thing is AI model and prompt engineering. Again, it is not a traditional cubicle coding. You got to know the C++, Java kind of things. This is totally different kind of engineering when you say prompt engineering, modeling and all. This is not a traditional coding anymore. And you need to know some knowledge about interfacing, especially building application program interfaces in a way that one application talks to another application. So that's where you are part of it. So, and one of the important thing, if you are a content creator and if you like a lot of video, audio, and any content you wanted to create, because it is anymore only the characters, the way it used to be in C++ and then in all other languages. Now we are evolved into an area where everything, whether it is a voice, whether it is an image, or whether it's a video, everything is a data.
Right.
That's where the difference comes. So that's where the content creators comes to play. As Beju mentioned, data is the really an important thing for any AI operations. Even whole AI process really works on the data. So you wanted to be a data curator and also the trainer. So those are the really emerging skills in the world of 2023 and 24. Along with, you got to know the responsibility of the artificial intelligence as government and also, non-profit organizations are always stressing on that the difference between a human and the machine has to be driven. And somebody who play with this tool got to know what's our responsibility. So that's what we are going to teach. And I will show you the workflow of the certifications, how they are covering everything in a way that you can really empower yourself or your kids or family members, whomever it is. But that's a goal. But I wanted to cover a little bit about the skill shift for the user community also, where they have been fully impacted with these AI changes. If you see, AI is going to transform the workplace, benefiting a lot of people to get or expected to have more productivity, because you are expected to send more messages, for example, create more content and reach out many people with the help of the tools. What Microsoft calls it as a co-pilot. So
Right.
the co-pilot is helping you to empower your ability to use some of them, tools available already in a way that your productivity is going to be increased. So that's what if you are a user. The next important thing is most of our jobs. It was said, I'm going to share some more information on another slide, but any job, like out of 4 jobs, 1 job is going to be highly impacted by artificial intelligence. There is no doubt. This is again the study from the Gartner. I'm going to show you that thing. So here you can see the future of jobs, according to world. Sorry, there's a spelling mistakes. Increase in adoption of AI changes 25% of all jobs in next 5 years. That means out of 4 jobs, 1 job is going to be impacted by AI, believe it or not. And about 44% of the workforce, people are working the IT or non-IT kind of area, they are required to upskill or reskill themselves in next 5 years. That means you're talking about 50% of the people. As simple as that. So what we have to be clear is the future jobs require skills first approach. As the diversity takes place, people are able to get into this workforce environment. You have to be upskilling yourself to keep our jobs and make sure that we are ready for the future opportunities. And today's mantra, what people say is AI and people skills will be the new workplace currency. It's not the dollar, it's your skill combined with the AI tools. You are the real currency for the workplace. That's the bottom line. So what we have to do, have to upskill ourselves. And again, I wanted to give a few more examples in case of how the AI is changing. One is, as we are being thrown with these powerful tools, you are expected to reduce the cost of production. Because every organization who is employing us is expecting us to optimize, reduce the cost of whatever production, whatever resource, it's being utilized. And also, user expectation is growing high because the user experience need to be more clear, more transparent, and also more productive. That's what it is. So those are the 2 things which are driving, while reduction in existing roles offset by increase in job opportunities, there is also immense diversity and also inclusive opportunities are there. When we say that no matter where you are living, whether you are in a Washington, DC area, New York, it doesn't matter. I may be living in a rural area in, central part of the US. Still, I can do the job. That's where the diversity opportunity, because now this skill can be easily transferred anywhere, irrespective of where you are located. And same thing is happening across the world. Other part of it is the language is no longer barrier, because English used to be the predominant language where the coding and everything is being done. Now that AI is empowering, because people can exchange in any language possible. Right. That's the power of the machine. So that's where the inclusiveness is coming. So unless until we upskill ourselves and understand what's happening in the job market, It's very tough for people to really continue for the next 5 to 10 years. You may continue for the time being, but it's coming. The wave is bigger than what you and I can imagine. Okay. So before I go further, I wanted to show you what's happening in the top guns who are hiring this talent in 2023. If you see most of the top guns, as you know, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, IBM, and all those things, they always talk about their language, their programs, and their systems. They don't care about some of the traditional building blocks for you to learn. Because if Microsoft has to train, they try to train in their technology. If Google has to teach, obviously they are going to build that knowledge which is relevant for their system. Nvidia, same thing, IBM, same thing. But that's where the Global Institute of Technology comes with the difference of vendor neutral approach, where it's a time for us to take the first step toward building a lasting career in your AS skill set. So that's where these steps are going to come into play. Very clear black and white, to be honest with you. Our programs are in a way that vendor neutral, so that we are not addressing IBM or Google or Microsoft. We are just simply vendor neutral. The program name and certification, as you can see, first thing is Artificial Intelligence Fundamentals, what we call it as AI Fundamentals Plus certification program. It covers basics, and you don't need to have any prerequisites for this program. That means even any high schooler can start this program and get credential. The next one is the data is the key for everything. So you got to understand the data analytics and also knowledge mining. Once you know the fundamentals, where you are exposed to what it is, start to end, then you have to get into the specifics of the data, because data is the key for all artificial intelligence processes, programming, interfacing, whatnot. Okay. Then you have to get into the deep learning. So that's where we call as AI deep learning. And third and most important thing where people are talking about generative AI is AI Gen Plus, because all those programs combined, you have to train the machine in a way that it's doing your job. Last but not least, we're not forgetting about the responsibility as you mentioned, ethical aspects of it, legal aspects of it, and also other concerns, whatever human beings are having. We want you to be understanding about the responsible AI part of it. That's where we have a certification program called AI Responsible Plus. So how these are being stacked, I will show you. This is AI Fundamental Certification. You have been trained and certified. Then we go to the AI Data Plus, where the data analytics and other things are going to come. Then we go to the deep learning part of it. And then we come to the generative AI. The last but not least, as I said, responsible AI. So all this is going to give you a complete career path. You to be clearly starting your career path and getting all the way to AI responsible in a way that you understand full stack. And again, you are not touching any Google or Microsoft. You are vendor neutral there. All your certifications are digitized and then presented in a way that every certification can be verified online by the employer or anyone. Again, we are State Council of Higher Education certified program, and we are in the industry for the last 10 years. There will be a digital badge associated with each certification, and you are getting the benefit of this program. So what is the approach we take? What is that, GIT AI training certification process works? Mainly we focus on instructor-led in-class training, or give the same opportunity like this in a way that you can take advantage online also. So we wanted to give equal opportunity of learning, no matter whether you are sitting in the class here or attending remotely, you will have same experience of learning, doing the labs and everything. But there are a lot of YouTube videos out there. People are confused about this. They waste a lot of time and energy and also money. Time is really money. People don't understand. If you do not have a clear career path, it's very hard for you to get to the destination and find a job, no matter whatever it is. So that's where we are expert. We wanted to make sure that the instructor-led training is very, very important for you to guide all the way. Comprehensive exercises and also practice labs included. It is not just watching the YouTube video, because I cannot watch somebody who watched the movie and come to me and wanted to work. I cannot do that. So this is a real thing. If I have to pay some salary, I mean, it's not going to work. Right, period. And somebody has to be qualified. Also, we provide you the exam preparation quizzes and also practice questions so that at the end of the day, when you go for a proctored exam, where your government issued ID is captured and your environment is captured and you are taking the exam. And if somebody has to verify that you are the candidate and validate that you are the person who has taken the exam, go for that. That's how the program works. And as I said, secure proctored exam and also certification with the digital badge. So the badge can be proven anywhere and can be verified. And also you have a continuous education opportunity so that you are adding continuous education events. So our diagnostic and prescriptive approach is very simple. We do the pre-assessment so that everybody is not coming into the program where they have some interest, they have some inclination, wanted to learn AI, and we train the individuals in a way that they are getting fully train and understand. And the third step is industry recognized certification, which is the vendor neutral, right? Not from Microsoft, not from Google, rather, or from IBM, but from a vendor neutral kind of credential. So, and we wanted to provide one-stop shop, as I said, end-to-end kind of scenario, where you can see some of our accreditations. As I said, we are Virginia State approved workforce training provider as part of the WIOA, Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. So there are some funds available for that also if somebody wanted to be interested. I used to be Oracle University authorized workforce and Microsoft AWS Cisco. All these authorizations are there with us. We are also authorized Pearson VUE and also Prometric Testing Center. And we are also NCTA certified testing school. So just give you an idea. So just wanted to let you know that we have a star class coming up on December 5th. Which goes to the new year. If you have any resolution to go with the new year with the AA credentials,
It's the right time.
It's the right time for you to take advantage. You can go to our site there and then, just fundamentals of AA. It's not going to cost you more than $2,500 for this program. I would say somebody monthly $200 and then you are getting certified. That's program value. So, but these are some other links. I don't want to waste anybody's time, but these are available. But the schedule is December 5th to January 4th. So these are some of the professional affiliations. As I said, we are State Council of Higher Education certified to operate school. I'm also having vendor neutral country authorized partnership. We are also Department of Defense affiliated program operators as part of National Institute for Cybersecurity. In fact, all these AA programs are going to be listed under NICE so that they are available even for the government agencies. I also partner with EC Council, and as I said, Pearson and all those things. That's how the program goes. So with that, I wanted to get real world approach applications of the artificial intelligence, and Beju is going to talk about that.
Hey, Ganga, can you please flash the slide that has the link for the?
Go ahead,
for the-
Rishi.
Can you please flash the slide that has the link to the class?
I didn't get that. I'm sorry, I'm not
Can you
here.
speak a little louder, Ishik?
Can you please flash the slide, the previous slide that has the link to the training program?
Oh, okay. Next one. This one?
No, the one before.
Okay.
I want to take a snapshot of this. Can you
I'll
build
send
it
you this
now?
one recording.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Don't worry. I'll send you all this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you will have everything.
So Ganga talked about the breadth of AI's application, right? That is what is fascinating today, right? It's not just one industry, one part of the world. He mentioned it's a global trend, which is very true. He also talked about the paradigm shift from coding to AI engineering, right? Data engineering, right? So that is all very true. But it's happening across the industries, right? So in other words, if you get skilled in AI, your opportunities kind of multiply, right? Data and AI opportunities are multiplying because they are spanning across the industries, right? Healthcare is one of the largest industry, and it is operationally the most complex industry. AI is extremely beneficial there. If you already have healthcare experience, AI plus healthcare is even better. If you have IT experience in healthcare, AI plus healthcare is a great opportunity. Entertainment industry like Netflix and Disney and all these guys have started using AI because they are actually processing the data. They are using data to identify intricate patterns for customer preferences, etc. Right? Retail is another industry where customer service through chatbots, generative AI is extremely important. Can't emphasize that enough. I mean, the change is happening so fast across the industries in terms of personalizing the consumer experience, as well as Ganga talked about, reducing the cost for the enterprises, right? I mean, your production marginal cost is pretty much zero these days because marketing creatives can be created just by prompting the chat GPT, right? So huge advances. And transportation, believe it or not, self-driving cars, because that's AI drives the self-driving cars, right? Traffic prediction is important for not just private industry, but also governmental agencies. Every state has a Department of Transportation. So opportunities are endless, certainly. And this is just a sample, right?
Yeah. So before go to the Q&A, I just wanted to run through a small lab. When I say hands-on, that also includes all the labs and other things. So Vijay is going to run that quickly.
Yeah. So this is a small lab, which when Ganga talked about not having to do coding yet, being able to engineer the AI, right? So AI has four important things, right? One is prediction. Other one is cognition, like natural language processing, and generative AI is the third one. And then natural language processing and computer vision are kind of cognition, and then optimization. These four things, right? Here I'm going to demonstrate real quick a prediction application, right? Can you give me that? I have my password in there.
Sure.
So this prediction is extremely useful for the forecasting and anywhere, right? Even the traffic. We talked about traffic forecasting just now. So I'm going to demonstrate a simple prediction. I'm not going to waste time by loading the data and other things here. I'm going to work with existing data set called Boston Housing dataset, right? Whenever you have a prediction application, you're dealing with some structured data, right? Not text data, but structured data. You can explore the data. What is my data telling? What is the continuous continuous variables in my data set, categorical variables. Again, our Data Plus certification covers that. Data, of course, data analytics and knowledge mining covers all these things, right? Even the AI fundamentals covers these applications also, right? So you explore the data. What is my data telling in terms of the averages, median, percentiles, etc., right? And also, you can process the data. Just like in databases, we kind of, delete some rows, delete some columns. We need to do that, right? Filter, normalization, all these things are automatically done. You're not coding here, but you're solving problems. That's what an AI engineer does, right? And just for simplicity, let me just, confirm the processing steps, not do all those things, but focus on machine learning modeling, right? Here, I'm actually going to forecast what I call regression, the home price values, right? In Boston, these are old home values in Boston, so they tend to be on the lower side. So don't get
that you're sharing is just saying question and answer. Are you trying to share something else?
No, I don't see it either.
Okay. Let me do that. Let me share it. So okay, I'm glad you asked because we are not too far.
Victoria, can you see that?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can see it.
Okay. So this is a cloud service, right? This is AI cloud service. This is what you will be using in the class, and you will be using like dozens of these things.
Yeah.
So it's a complete wealth of information, right? And you can actually take one of these things and apply in your job right away, actually, right? So that is the power of training we are talking about at GIT, right? So here I have actually some data on Boston home values. These are like old data, like 7 decades ago. That's why the home values are on the lower side. But I can do something called Data Explorer, which is where I can do summarization of the data. Data processor, just like in database, we remove columns, remove rows, filter sometimes. If missing values are there, you can actually impute the missing values here, right? That's something AI can do, and you need to know that. And I just for sake of saving time, I kind of rush through those steps. But let me focus on the machine learning and AI aspect, right? Here I'm predicting median value of owner-occupied homes in Boston. And instead of using a statistical method, linear regression, let me use a machine learning method, XGBoost regression, which is known to perform extremely well in accuracy, right? So mean, it's able to predict home values with an R-square of 87%, which is good. You also look at something called mean absolute percentage error. So whenever you have AI, data-driven decision making, you have to have certain ways to evaluate how accurate your AI is, and that's what these statistics are, right? You can see that predictions, which are red buttons, red points here. Each home is a point here, right? Are tracking the blue dots reasonably well, right? And there are some errors, like residuals means errors, right? There is, sometimes we miss the forecast by $15,000, but that's okay. There are always outliers, right? So once you predict, then you can explain your predictions, right? Here, let me look at a home, one particular home, which has, instead of global summary, actually, let me go to the local summary, right? Let me go to one particular home whose value is $23,600, right? And we predicted that that home to be worth $23,500. So we missed by $100. That's okay. But on an average, homes are worth $23,000 in this data set, right? Why is this home worth $500 more than average home? That's because it's in a posh area where lower status population percent of lower status population is low. So it's in a good area, very good area. It's in a good school district, right? Those in the US, they can realize that school district is important for kids, right? And also, it's in an area where crime rate is low. That's adding $420 to the home value. It is in an area where it is close to employment centers. That's adding $360, right? It's closer to highways. Being close to highway is a good thing, right? That's adding about $200. On the other hand, if this home were a little larger, it would have been worth even more, as much more as $1,720, right? So this is when you give this kind of things to your manager, let's say, obviously, he will be impressed, right? I mean, these are the insights. So as an AI engineer, you can get into these insights, right?
This is one of the example, like, the data analytics and all those things. This is one of the lab exercise when they say that the program covers everything, not only the theory, but also practical aspects of it.
This is one of the 75 labs, right?
Right.
So
this gives an idea for anyone that what kind of program we're getting and how we're getting. So with that, I just wanted to get into Q&A. I know the time is running by, and we're more than happy to answer any questions here.
What is the time duration for the class? I don't think we went into that.
It's total 40 hours of instructor-led training and 40 hours of lab. Total is 80 hours.
for each course.
For each course. So
It's self-paced or or what?
No, there is, each lab has to be completed. It's self-paced, definitely, but there is a time duration during which you have to complete.
Mhm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I was just trying to see if it takes like 1 week, 2 week or whatever, but 40 hours I understand.
If it is a continuous course, 1 week, but we preferably sometimes evening and weekend classes also we do. For example, it's the schedule I was proposing from December 5th to January 4th is the evening classes, starting Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday and Thursday, 6 to 10 p.m. So it's available for anybody who wanted to join the classroom or attend online. So 8 hours per week, 5 weeks, so that it's 40 hours of training and also 40 hours of lab work combined.
So we
Mentioned a little-
have a question about, you mentioned a little bit about vendor neutral program instead of large companies like Google, Amazon, etc. What types of program applications do you all use?
We use primarily open source as well as some software which we developed, the explainable AI software, right? Which is extremely beneficial because AI is kind of opaque and complex, and a lot of these big companies don't want you to know the fundamentals and the transparent AI. They're now investing in responsible AI a little bit, but that's out of pressure.
Yeah.
But they are primarily there to serve their tools, right? In other words, they want you to learn their tools so that you kind of work in their systems, right? Which is not a bad thing, but the thing is they're not focused on you, they're focused on themselves, and that's a perspective difference completely. As a result, your skills are not transferable, and that's a lack of market value for you, right? So
Yeah. Basically, as Beju said, in open source and nothing related to any, proprietary vendor, IBM or Google or whatnot. But because to build, you need to have that basic skills. We need to start somewhere. Building real bricks of knowledge so that you are able to understand whatever organization you work. That's a key part of it.
Yeah, and to just make it even more specific, right? If you use Google service, AI service, you end up paying Google a lot of money. Whereas if you use open source or non-proprietary code or what we kind of give you the kind of AI tools, if you use those things, your expense is going to go down significantly, right, for you and for your company, because you're not paying high dollars for AI services in those the vendor specific environments, right? So that's a big plus. You'll still use them because you need cloud and you need compute power, but as far as AI is concerned, you have more control, more cost effective way of engineering AI. By the way, you can still use vendor specific tools if you get trained by us, because you will be learning fundamentals and you're not going to lose anything, but you're going to gain the openness, the breadth of AI across platforms. That's what you're going to gain, right?
Yeah. Basically telling you that how the building blocks are being built, so that when you see other software and application, you can really understand.
You can transfer quickly, right? Your basically your knowledge, your breadth is much wider. Instead of just one specific vendor, not only that vendor, but also 5 other vendors, right? So
yep. And I'm sure when you're working with the vendor products, they don't want to reveal that building part of it.
No, they don't want to reveal. Yeah,
better user.
Right, exactly. That being a builder is, as Ganga showed statistics, 4-to-1 advantage, right? It's an 80-20 rule. You don't want to be in the 80 part. You want to be the 20 because you become more valuable, right? As far as AI is concerned.
And we're also looking for some nonprofit sponsorship opportunities. And also if anybody is interested in sponsoring some students or, encouraging this kind of education and reaching out the rural communities and all, we are open to work with you in a way that we are empowering a lot of these communities so that they are employable. And it's very, very important that, give the gift of education. That's very, very important for you.
Especially the AI education, because it will build them for next 3-4 decades, right?
Yeah, at least 2 to 3 decades of career. And that's why instead of spending money on some other fancy gifts, rather, Thanksgiving, try to spend and give a real gift to yourself.
Yeah.
Or to your kids or
Right.
families.
Right.
So that you are changing the career one at a time, one
Right.
career at a time.
So Ganga, you talked about the workforce, Virginia workforce training opportunities. Can some of these students utilize those things?
Yeah, so we are formalizing that one once
Okay.
this is done. So
Okay.
we are just adding those programs and then yes,
Got it.
kids can utilize it.
Got it.
But government always comes with a lot of red tapes and other things.
Right.
But I'm open to work with them. And
Got
that's how we trained thousands of people, get certified and then they got into networking, cybersecurity, cloud computing kind of stuff.
And now AI, right?
Yeah. It's but government is always, 5 to 10 years behind certain things. I don't think they think about it right now.
Right.
But it is changing, either you have to change or the wave is coming, which will be carried away anyway.
Right. And you also talked about potentially paying every month something rather than
Yeah,
something.
so-
What is that?
Actually, we have payment plans in a way that you can spread your payments every month, $200 for next 12 months, so that you are covering entire course fee.
Got it.
So that we have a financial aid programs and plans. So we have multiple options for you to get those things, put in place so that, you are not having a burden of paying everything one time.
What about some career? Let's say someone goes through these trainings, right?
Mhm.
And they might need some help in
That's a good question, Beju. Like for the thousands of people we trained, we not only
Yeah.
just train them and leave it them there, but
Yeah.
we try to make sure that their resume is refined so that their industry terminology is reflected. And also we try to map the career to some other, because we get everyday calls from potential employers that we are looking for this skill set, that skill set, and
I
all
see,
those
I
things.
see.
And we have a
both
relationship
the
with
government
industry.
and the corporate
Yeah.
sectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the easy for us to map that, hey, I have a cohort of 10 people, graduated from age and place. Then, if you need some, these
Yeah.
requirements are.
And that's going to become more and more because
Yeah.
as companies invest in AI, more and more generative, if a company or an agency starts generative AI project, then the talent is already here and they can ramp up, right, with
Yeah.
this talent.
They can sponsor some of our students and get them. That's
Got
also an opportunity. And one good point you mentioned, Beju, is if you go to a university or a college kind of thing, it may take 2 years minimum for
Right,
somebody
right,
to do,
right.
apart from 150 to 200K what you have to
Right.
spend.
Right.
Whereas here, at the most 20K, 30K, which is risk-free for your
And then a
career.
couple of months, right?
Yeah, few
It's a
months.
few months, yeah.
And then you are saving time. And if you wanted to go on your own phase, you can go that.
Right.
There is no limitation. And then if you are already there in IT space and trying to switch over the careers and have some credentials, that's how it is.
And then this is a continuous learning, you're not stopping your job to pursue this. This is parallel, right? So you're not wasting time like that too.
Yeah. And what I heard from, you can correct me if I'm wrong, most of the universities, they don't give the lab related activities.
No,
They
no.
don't involve you to do that.
No, lab is a great part here because I've been in AI for 3 decades, right? More than 3 decades, actually.
Right.
Having that lab is crucial because it's an experiential learning.
That's why I told you, you cannot watch a movie and then say that you're going to work for me.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
So you can watch YouTube videos forever, but end of the day, unless until you have hands-on,
Yeah.
it's very hard for anyone to really
If
get
you-
into the depth of it.
If you're watching YouTube videos, you're making money for others, right? The content creators and YouTube itself.
That's a big money. Any other questions or clarifications, please? Sorry.
And they all have contact information, right?
Yeah. We'll share this details to you guys, and then we'll have one more webinar soon, just to get enrollments into the class of December, as
Yeah.
I said, and please inform concerned individuals
We'll probably have more than one webinars. We can do probably one every week, right?
Yeah, so we'll plan it and then
Okay.
execute in a way that,
Yeah.
but opportunity is there.
And come back if you want to listen, hear to us again in the next webinar. Just come back, we'll be happy to have you again, answer any more questions you may have, right?
So you will be
And
sharing
bring others.
just one last question. Will you be sharing the curriculum to our emails?
Yeah, we have curriculum in fact on our website, but if you want, we can send that.
Oh, okay. I'll look at the website then. Thank you.
Sure, not. The outlines are there, curriculum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if,
For all the programs.
right. And they are very detailed. So you can
Mhm.
see that there are topics which are modules and there are subtopics within the module. It is an excellent curriculum, and we are ready to go actually to teach you guys. So
I know we're getting into the top of the hour. Just wanted to.
yeah, I mean, Ganga and I are here. Even if you want to talk to us one-on-one personally, we'll be happy to get on a quick phone call with you, either he or I. You can talk to Victoria. We are here to support you guys. Okay, that's the key, right? So
Okay, thank you very much. It's almost 6:30. We appreciate your time. So please be in touch. We'll send this recorded version to you. But if you have any friends or families or anyone interested in that,
yeah, bring
let
them
us know.
next time. For the
And as I said, we give equal learning opportunity whether you are remote or in class. So we wanted to make sure that you have the experience and expertise. As things are getting more diverse, so we wanted to give equal opportunity to all the people who wanted to learn our program.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you all.